So I just woke up and Bengal's seriously enjoying herself now. So that's good. I'm just gonna pack up the Jeep and then get myself moving to Cincinnati since I have a longer drive. I wanna make sure I get there on time and can settle in the hotel. But she's doing good now. So I am just on the road with Bengal. We're headed to Cincinnati. I got a hotel from the campsite before we left, and yeah, it's a little dreary out today, but I'm feeling good. I think Bengal is too. Just climbing over everything right now. I ended up with 40% of my battery in the car still left after camping. I even ran this AC for a while before I went to bed, and kind of managing it pretty well. So I'm gonna get to the hotel and then kind of take a break and then scope out a charging station to have prepared for most likely tomorrow. So tonight is the first Alanis concert in Cincinnati, so I can't wait. I'm getting really excited. So I just made a stop to refuel the car and myself. Got some Panera bread, and Bengal and I shared that. Taking a little breather. I have about 3 hours, I think, until I hit the hotel in Cincinnati, and it's right near the venue, so I should be able to set Bengal up and shower. And then off to the concert tonight. Can't wait to see Alanis Morissette for the first show. But just gonna enjoy this parking lot for right now and push on. So I'm headed to my car now to drive over to Riverbend Music Center to see Alanis for the first time. Well, first time this trip. This is like my 4th time, but I can't wait. So I will touch base when I get there. Okay. So, just woke up, getting to the car to go over to Cincinnati, since I'm actually in Kentucky. I found out last night, or realized last night, that I'm in Covington, Kentucky, on the other side of the water. So, I have to check out at 12, and I'm heading over to Cincinnati, as I said, to charge the Jeep. It should take about an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna just walk around the city, and that should give me plenty of time to get back to get Bengal and push off to the next stop. Alanis was awesome last night. It was just so amazing, and I'm excited to see her closer up. My lawn spot was a little further back, but this next concert I'll be about 12 rows from the stage. So more video, better video to come, but I'll check back in. Okay. So I ran into a little bit of a hiccup with Blink. That garage was employee only unless at night, and it's full anyway. So I had to find a charge point station, which I found in another garage. So I'm gonna have to see how the cost works out with paying for the hours I'm here, which should be about an hour and a half. and then also the charging, which it's going right now, as you can see. I'm gonna have to find a blink spot on the road somewhere because I did put $10 in that account last night. So hopefully there's some blinks that are a little easier access. I'm assuming in the city it's more of these garages, and maybe there's some outskirts that have them on lots outdoors, but making do with it. And I'm gonna go for a run, check out Cincinnati, and then we'll see how the Jeep's doing when I get back. So I just got finished running and ate something, got some coffee, and saw the city. So hopefully right before this you saw the beautiful art that's around here in Cincinnati, and some of the lay of the land. Got some coffee and some breakfast. And as you can see, I'm blinking 5 lights, but about 87%. I got to cut it there because I got to check out at 12. So I just stopped off at this rest area, and I realized in the car, I was a little bit worried about time getting to a campsite while it's still light, but I crossed time zones, so I'm gonna be getting there an hour earlier than I thought based on crossing the time zone. So I should be getting to Cahokia Mounds. I think I'm gonna be going to Horseshoe Lake State Park in about 3 hours. And I'm gonna find a campsite there for a couple nights, see the mounds, then get a hotel for the second Alanis concert on Saturday. So far so good. Things seem to be going smoothly. Bengal's in the car, she's doing good. So I just got to a campsite finally. I'm at Horseshoe Lake State Park. Luckily, the last thing I packed was my checkbook, and they only take cash and check. No one's in the office. So I didn't have enough cash for the 2 nights, which is only $16, but I was able to write a check, and now I'm getting set up at camp. Right back there is camp number 24, but I'm going with number 22 because I just like this area a little bit better. I gotta get Bengal settled, and we're here for 2 nights, so take a look. But we made it with daylight, and I'm grateful for that. Okay. So I'm hopeful that this is enough distance this time that the pole won't swing around and hit. So I'm going to just show you this one more time. So we're all set up for the night, and I'm gonna see how it goes tomorrow with Cahokia Mounds. I might end up just staying here all day and night again tomorrow, and then go there Saturday when I pack up to get the hotel, so that we don't, because I have to drive there. So it's gonna be a little tricky to keep the tent and everything. So I might just stick here for a while, and then when we get the hotel for Alanis, go to see the mounds. But there's a bathroom here, there's no shower, so I'm gonna be trying the portable shower tonight, but I'll spare you those details. I think that's it for today, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. So I'm going on a morning walk, giving this another try. So I'm just walking down. What I'm coming to realize is the horseshoe aspect of Horseshoe State Lake. This path delineates the ends of the horseshoe, and where the campsite is a circle, and so the lake goes all the way around. So the circle is the inner circumference of the bottom bend of the horseshoe. But one side is very swampy, as you could tell, and one side is very clear. So two different ecosystems probably, in a way. This is beautiful here, and glad we found this place. So I'm gonna sort of have some musings at the end of these videos, as you could tell from that first one, which was kind of deep and personal and longer than this one will be, or subsequent ones should be. But the thing I want to talk about real quick is something I heard on a podcast about space exploration and Mars, colonizing Mars, and all that stuff. And I'm all for that stuff. I think space is the most fascinating thing there that you can ever think about. I mean, it's just so unknown and so magical, I was gonna say, but it is, in a way. My problem is that we always seem to, as a human race, want to find the easy solution to things. And I find it funny because when we get sick, we want to take the quickest pill, you know? Forget holistic stuff. We want to just, what can we take? What can we be prescribed? Maybe it's a lifestyle choice that we could change, you know? Maybe it's behaviors that would serve us longer term, and that would be more beneficial to us. But the quick fix is always, what pill can we take, or you know, what can make it go away quickly. And the thing that I find funny is that we're almost doing it in a very backwards way with our climate, you know, global warming, climate change, you know, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's happening, and you can see it every year with the extreme weather, both cold and warm. I mean, that's what happens. It's not just a heating, it's a making extreme of climate. And so bigger hurricanes come, sinkholes form where they weren't before. You know, we get a hurricane that hits the southern US and loses its steam as a hurricane, but comes all the way up to the northeast and is tornado warnings, tornado threats. And it's not just a threat. I mean, the tornadoes touch down and destroy a lot of property. I find it funny that a lot of people are already looking to colonizing Mars as our next step. And in a lot of ways, we need something like that on the docket, because if you study climate change at all, or you study some of the recent science on the temperature of the Earth, according to a lot of scientists, I think most scientists, there's that point of no return where we can't ever get back the range with which we were living under. And, you know, there's a lot of debate about how we've hit points like that before, but this is a pretty big point for our lifetime, our generation, you know, our era. We're not talking about, you know, generation is being too light about it. It's actually, you know, an age, really. I mean, we're entering a new age right now. The point is that it's funny that we are looking towards that stuff, and albeit, again, we should, instead of just looking at how we can take care of the place we're on, and regardless of it, if we've hit a point of no return, it still serves us to right some of the wrongs. I mean, you know, if you have a leak in your boat that's a size of a pinhole, and I think the problem we have is bigger than that, but let's use that as an example. If you have a pinhole size hole in your boat and you're taking on a little bit of water, do you just wait in the ocean for it to sink? Is that the end? No, you try to plug the hole. You try to get the water out. You try to make sure that no other holes happen. You try to get to land, right? There's options to surviving, right? So I'm just wondering why we aren't doing more to save our home. It's like we're of the mindset that trash it like a rock star in a hotel room and then find a new place. But maybe we shouldn't just trash the place and leave. Maybe we should clean it up, make it presentable for the next people, and do what we can to responsibly respond to some irresponsibility, is how I think is best of saying it. To respond to our irresponsibility with as much responsibility as we can. That's what learning lessons is all about. That's what, you know, growing is all about. It's not about just being perfect. It's about making those mistakes. And we've made a lot when it comes to our planet, this beautiful planet that we all share. Wouldn't it reason to be that the best course of action is to, yes, explore space. Yes, see what is possible on Mars and other places and explore. But to take care of our home. It's our home, after all. It's the only home we've ever known. It's the only home that we know as being hospitable to us. So why don't we just clean it up? Why do I still see garbage on the ground? You know, why do I still see people flicking cigarette butts like it's a piece of grass, or it's a fruit, like the end of a fruit that they've eaten? Like, it's just something that just goes away. I mean, I'm certain that one person not flicking a cigarette butt or throwing a piece of garbage isn't going to solve climate change, but billions of people doing it will. It will serve some purpose in helping the situation. Then we got to look at fuel and gas and using, solar and bigger things that are beyond one person or even, our own devices. It's a mindset. It's an approach. It's a new way of living, and that takes time. But what a waste of time to not even try and go there. If something takes time, do you just give up because it's gonna take too long? Or if it's vital to you, if it's important to you, do you put your nose to the ground and make those steps to get there eventually? So that's my little soapbox for today. I just think, what a better way to serve future generations, of our own families and life and animals on this planet, and begin to right the wrongs of the past. I think that would do us a lot of good. Picking up garbage as I go, so living what I speak. All right, thanks.